Hello and welcome to Web Math Academy. Today we're going to use statistics to prove a point. Let's start. In the fall of 2016, we have 52 students in the geography class in the University in Wisconsin. And they are asked to submit a 5 to 6 page paper on the topic of whether or not the forestry policy on the university's park was a failure or success. After the students submitted their papers and the graduate student was reading through them, he was struck by how similar two of them were. Passing them through a computer program, he noted that 81% of the words between the papers were the same. He brought the case up to the professor, who decided to submit an academic dishonesty case to the university's disciplinary board. At the trial, one student, who we'll call Student A, argued that the other had copied from him, while the other, we'll call Student B, argued that since the topic was so narrow and focused, it was very likely that the papers submitted would be similar. So the professor had the graduate students scan all of the papers into the computer and construct a histogram to see how they compared to Student A's paper. Then it could be seen statistically if Student B was right. Here you can see the histogram which we formed using Texas Instruments CAS calculator, and you can see it forms a nice bell curve or normal distribution. While Student B's paper is way out here to the right. We call that the outlier. Now this normal curve shows that we have a mean of 34.68% and a standard deviation of 14.481. If we go out 3 standard deviations from the center mean, we come up with 78.1293%. That's still below the 81% of the similar words seen in the two papers. That means that even above 3 standard deviations is where their paper is based. So it would be very difficult to justify Student B's claim just on the basis of chance. Clearly, one of the students copied from the other, or they both worked on the papers together. You might find it as a good refresher to determine how we came up with this histogram and normal distribution using the Texas Instruments TI Nspire CAS calculator. First, we enter all the data into a spreadsheet, as you can see I've done here, and we make sure to label that data. I've labeled it %same, meaning it's the percentage of the words that are the same between the documents. You have to remember that it has to be one word, no spaces. Then you go to the On button and click on the Graph button. Okay, then you come up with this. You just go to click Add Variable on the bottom and %same, remember that's what we named it. So click on that and immediately brings up a dot plot. We want a histogram, so we go to Menu, Plot Type, Histogram, and it defaults to the setting of 5% in between each bar. We would like that to make that to 10%. So we go to Menu again, Plot Properties, Histogram Properties, Histogram, and then bin settings. We want equal bin width, and like I said, we want 10. That would be a 10% for each category. Okay, and there we have it. Unfortunately, it's outside the bounds of the graph. We can't see it. So we go back to Menu, Window Zoom, Zoom Data. There. Now that's the graph that we had that I showed you before. And then to plot a normal curve, finally, we go back to Menu, Analyze, and Show Normal PDF. And that's it. We hope you've enjoyed this tutorial on a little bit of what statistics can be used for something fun, and we look forward to seeing you in another Web Math Academy tutorial.